Hello and welcome back to another Walking Dead video, and today I'll be talking about everything you need to know before watching The Walking Dead: The Ones Who Live, as this is a show that definitely needs some prior knowledge before watching. With this show, it's telling the story of the CRM, and this story has been going on since season 7 of The Walking Dead and has been spread out through many different spin-offs. This is definitely a show that you can't just dive right in, as there's already so much that's been set up for this show, and even some of the reviewers for the first 3 episodes of the show suggest you need to go and watch some of the spin-offs. But not all of them are needed. However, even though the CRM have played some big roles in shows like Fear doesn't really add anything. All you really need to watch for the show to make sense is The Walking Dead, of course, and World Beyond, which is 2 seasons, but really does dive deep into the CRM lore. However, that will take a lot of time, so that's why this video exists. So let's dive right into this with Season 7, what happened in The Walking Dead Season 7, 8, and 9. And the big things with the CRM is that Jadis was an informant slash scout for the CRM, and she spent those 3 seasons looking for people to give to the CRM as an A or a B. She gave away Heath, and Heath was said by Angela Kang to be an A, but Scott Gimple, the showrunner and executive producer of the Walking Dead universe, says he could be a B. So it's still a mystery about what happened to Heath, but we know that characters that went disappearing like Heath became a part of the CRM or were used by the CRM. In these seasons, many characters also saw a helicopter, like Rick, who was famously taken away by a helicopter in Season 9, but Gabriel and Negan have also almost been taken by the CRM as well. Even though they never mentioned it, these characters were so close to having the same fate as Heath. And that's really the entire involvement of the CRM in The Walking Dead, outside of Michonne finding out Rick is alive in Season 10, Episode 13, and leaving to go find him, and in the final episode of the show, Daryl finds out Rick is alive. And now moving over to World Beyond, and this is really a prologue for The Ones Who Live, and that's why reviewers say watch this show, because it answers all the questions from The Walking Dead and sets up The Ones Who Live. The big takeaways from the show is that we find out what an A and a B is. An A is someone that is used as a test subject to try and stop reanimation, and they're killed, fresh bitten, and it's about trying to stop them. In the show, we see somebody takes 8 hours to reanimate, and that's apparently a big record. We also find out a B is an asset. That's why Rick was a B. He was used for the CRM, and he's someone of high value. We also find out the CRM means Civic Republic Military, and it is connected to the Civic Republic, which is a community of 200,000 people, which is 4 times the size of the Commonwealth. The Civic Republic is also in a community of 3 cities: the Civic Republic, Omaha, and Portland. During the show, the CRM then destroy Omaha and Campus Colony, which is where our characters are from, and the second season is all about trying to save the second city, Portland. The whole reason the CRM are taking out the other communities is that they realise that it is not sustainable, and the 3 communities are weakening the Civic Republic apparently. So Major General Beale ordered the execution of the other 2 communities by dropping gas on them, but framing it as a walker attack so big it broke through the walls. But also, to help further their research, they put in the agent to try and stop the dead inside the city from reanimating. During the second season is where most of the big lore moments happen, and this is where we get the first mention of Major General Beale and meet his son at one of the science colonies of the Civic Republic. The back half of the season really does reveal even more, with the return of Jadis, now going under the name of Jadis Stokes, using Gabriel's last name. In the show, she is presented as the big villain of Season 2, and maybe in The Ones Who Live, she would still be a villain. She is actually now a high-ranking member of the CRM, Staff Sergeant, and she reveals that Rick is a very high-valued member of the Civic Republic military, hinting that maybe, as we've seen in the trailers, Rick will be a high-ranking CRM soldier himself, or a trusted ally of Major General Beale, which we do not see but hear a lot about. By the end of the show, Portland is saved by heroes, and the CRM lose all their researchers for their reanimation and walker projects, and they go off with Leo and Hope Bennett to go and make their own research facility to try and figure out how to make walkers decay faster. However, Jadis does manage to capture Xylus, and by the end of the show he becomes a CRM soldier and her protege. She also arrests Elizabeth Kubik, who is a high-ranking general, and the show ends with her being imprisoned. During World Beyond, we also see that the CRM has caches and outposts throughout the entirety of America, and we know they go as far as Texas because of fear. World Beyond really does delve into the power of the CRM. We see how big they are, and we see that Major General Beale might be facing a sort of revolution as the Civic Republic wants to take back control from him, but he wants to keep control. That is a small issue we see but never gets dived deep into in World Beyond, and maybe The Ones Who Live will go into that more, with Major General Beale having a power struggle, or, if it takes place a bit further on, trying to take control back from the Civic Republic. So maybe the destruction of Omaha was not to protect the Civic Republic like claimed, but was actually to scare the Civic Republic into not wanting to take control away from Major General Beale. And with World Beyond taking place about 10 years in, we know that this show will take place about 10.5 to 11 years in, and that is why people are saying you have to watch this show, because it takes place very soon after the events of World Beyond, and will be like a World Beyond Season 3, so hopefully we do see some of these characters again, and that's really all you need to know before going into the show. And please tell me down below, do you think I've missed anything from World Beyond, because there's a lot in that show. They also do a Daryl Dixon teaser at the end of the show, showing the running walkers for the first time. But this is it for me today, so goodbye, peace out, and I'll see you next time.